Metasploitable is a Linux-based distro, but in real-life production environments, pen testers mostly deal with Windows systems much more. As we have talked before, it is because Windows is the most common operating system, and most client systems are on Windows platforms today. That's why our second system is a Windows 7 machine. It would have been much better if we have a legal version of Windows XP as well, because of the easy target, but Microsoft does not provide it on the webpage we have downloaded Windows 7 before. So if you have a Windows XP machine, that's fine too. Now let's continue with configuring Windows 7. Let's start with checking the VM settings again, but for Windows 7 this time. Okay, let's open Windows 7 VM. This one. And then click Edit Virtual Machine Settings. As you can see, there is no default network adapter in this VM. We don't see one, so we should add one. I can't add one now, probably because it is open but suspended. So I open this virtual machine, I click Shutdown. Okay. Let's open the VM player again. Click Windows 7, Edit Virtual Machine Settings. And then as you can see, I can add something. Click Add. Okay. Network adapter. Next. Net is fine, although it should be net, because we don't want to expose this VM to internet. Okay, connected. Click OK. And then play the virtual machine. Now our second step would be to ensure our VM has a network connection, because we have just added an adapter for this. So we will open a terminal and then check the settings if everything is fine. As you see, it is now installing the device, which we have just added. Okay. Now let's double check if everything is fine. Home network here. And then I click Start and Command Prompt. Okay, let's type ipconfig to see the IP address of this machine, which is 192.168.174.132. I actually don't need to create an home group. I click Cancel. By the way, if you have a different keyboard again and you want to change the keyboard layout, open the control panel by clicking Start and opening the control panel here. And then click this change keyboards or other input methods. Change keyboards. Click Add here. My keyboard is Turkish, so I click this one. Turkish Q. Okay. Move up to make it default. Okay. Okay. Don't forget to change the settings here as well. Perfect. Okay, now we know the IP address of this machine, Metasploitable, and Kali, right? So let's go back to Kali and test everything is fine with this Windows 7 and Kali connection. Okay. I pressed up arrow on my keyboard. Now, what was my IP address? 174.132 this time. Okay. Why I cannot ping? Turn Windows Firewall on or off. What happens if I turn off the Windows Firewall? As you can see, now it pings the machine. So that means firewall is blocking or ping probes. You might think, okay, what is the point? If I turn off the firewall, of course I can hack into systems. But don't forget, there might be always some vulnerabilities and problems with these machines which we will actually exploit and take advantage of them. That's the whole point. If you have enough security measures deployed in your systems, well, it is less likely that a hacker can hack into your system. As in this case, we had to disable the firewall, turn off the firewall to start pinging the machine. As now we are learning how these things work, how hacking and penetration testing, of course, we will leave the systems open and vulnerable. Okay. The next thing we would do is open this leafpad, as we have previously talked about, and then type the IP addresses we have learned. ifconfig, this is the IP address of our Kali machine. Copy. And then leafpad. Paste. Or next item, Metasploitable. Let's open Metasploitable. And then see this IP address 174.131. I can't copy and paste it directly because I don't have a GUI in this machine. 31. Let's double check. Okay. And Windows 7. Copied it, I pasted. Okay. And then I save this file to my desktop with the name of IP addresses. Okay. Perfect. If at any point during this course you can't reach victim machines, open the VMs from their console and check their IP addresses and settings. It is very important for the rest of the course since we will be mostly dealing with scanning and exploiting them using their IP addresses. Sometimes they can automatically change, so if you reboot the machine, don't forget to check the IP addresses again. That's the end of this lecture, and we will continue with making the Windows 7 vulnerable in the next lecture.